Hello and welcome to my channel. My name's Danielle and we are going to start by priming my face with my Amuse primer. It's the anti-redness primer. And I'm just going to put a few blobs of this all over my face and neck to get started. Now that that's all over, I'm going to rub it in really good. I like this primer because it is a little tacky and it does make my foundation stick. I got this from Shop Miss A, so it's only $1 and it works really well. The next thing I'm going to do is take my LA Girl Pro Concealer and I'm just going to cover up a little breakout on my on my chin, as well as cover up some redness around my nose. And then do a little on my dark circles under my eyes as well. And then I'm going to take my beauty sponge and I'm just going to blend that into my skin. Blend, 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 blendity, blend, blend. Next, I'm going to take my e.l.f. foundation, and this is in the color Sand. And then I'm going to also take that on a flat foundation brush. I'm going to dot some of that around my face. I like this foundation a lot just because of the way it goes on my skin, and it is also very affordable. It looks like I'm using a lot, but that was really only like 2 pumps of this foundation, and to get the coverage I want, that's about how much of the e.l.f. Flawless Finish foundation I need. Now I'm just taking that brush that I showed you earlier and I am just blending it into my face. I like to take the beauty sponge down my neck just to kind of drag all that product down first, but then I take the brush and I blend it in all on my face. I find a brush works better for me, but I will again take the beauty sponge and go over to cover up any brush marks that might occur. Now I'm taking that down my neck just to make sure that is all blended as well. See, there I am with that beauty sponge. I always get like brush marks on my nose. I always want to. Next, I'm using the Maybelline Master Conceal in the shade Light. I love this concealer. It is my favorite one. I go through at least one of them a month. I am just going to highlight under my eyes. Next, I'm going to take that on my forehead and then down the bridge of my nose. And just a little bit on my Cupid's bow and then my chin. Now, not everyone has to highlight in these places. This is just where I prefer. The next thing I'm going to take is my NYX Wonder Stick, and I'm going to be using the contour side. I use the medium Wonder Stick. And I take that in the hollows of my cheeks as well as on the outsides of my forehead, and then I do take a beauty sponge and I blend that all out. Blend, 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 blendity, blend, blend. This is one of the parts that I feel takes me a while, is just getting everything blended and the way that I want it to look. More blending, more blending. Blend that contour, Danielle, blend it. Now that that is all blended, I am going to take my NYX HD Studio Finishing Powder, and this is just the translucent, and I will take that everywhere where I did the highlighting with the Maybelline concealer. This is a new powder to me. I'm kind of testing it out. I usually use the e.l.f. finishing powder, their loose translucent powder. I really like it. I also have their pressed powder, but I am trying out the NYX HD one to see how I like it. And I am just using one of those triangular sponges to kind of pack that powder on. The next product I'm going to be using is my Rimmel Stay Matte. Ignore how messy this is. I've dropped it a few times and had to repress it a few times. But it is in the shade Creamy Natural, and I'm going to take that everywhere. I did not set the NYX HD finishing powder. I really like the Rimmel Stay Matte. I like how it looks on my skin, and I like the way it works with most foundations. And I'm just taking that on a powder puff all over, and now I am blending in the rest of it. I don't really let my face bake per se. I don't really need to. The next product I'm going to be taking is my NYX Cheek Contour Duo palette, and I am just going to be using the contour side to set that contour in the hollow of my cheeks with an angled fluffy brush. Most of these brushes, just so you know, I did get off of Amazon. Some of them are Luxie brushes that I got in Ipsy Play. Some of them are just various brushes I've collected over the years. Some of them are from Shop Miss A. It just really depends on what I am going for. Next, I'm going to use my Physicians Formula Butter Bronzer, and I actually like the light bronzer for me. I take that on a angled kind of fluffy foundation brush. I like it better for my bronzer. And I am just going to take that from the temples down to my cheeks and kind of work that in with my contour. And then, because I think I got it a little too dark, I take that little cubed sponge and I kind of work, or I kind of lighten it, work it. I don't know what I'm saying. The next thing I take is my Pacifica blush in Wild Rose. This was a blush that I actually received in an Ipsy bag, and I've really enjoyed it. I just take a fluffy brush, dip it in, and take that on the apples of my cheeks. You have to be careful with this blush because you can really pack on the color quickly. Next, I'm going to tackle my eyebrows. Oh, how I hate my eyebrows. I'm using the NYX Micro Pencil in the shade Espresso. I don't know what I was doing before I found these pencils. I love these pencils. Highly recommend. I'm just taking the spoolie and kind of straightening out my brows. I don't know about you, but I struggle majorly with my eyebrows. One will go perfectly, and then the next one does not even want to work out at all, ever. So I try and do my eyebrows slightly different each time because I'm trying to find which method works for me. You'll kind of notice that this eyebrow here, the one I'm working on, tends to be a little more difficult, and I might need to pluck a little more, which is fine. But I will say this, concealer has saved my life, like tremendously saved my life. Because then I can carve it out and get it to as close to the shape of the other one as possible. Sometimes that works. And now I'm sick of the mirror in the camera. Oh look, I just noticed that that's what I was doing. Yep, my eyebrows don't look anything alike. If you struggle. The next thing I'm using is my NYX Tame & Frame Brow Pomade. I really enjoy this pomade a lot. It was one of my first NYX purchases, and I have stuck with it. I like the waxy consistency of it and how it will make my brows stay in place while giving me a fuller look. Now I'm just taking that brow pomade and I'm filling it in. Just working that brow pomade again into the other one. Yeah. These eyebrows take me forever. I don't know how anyone can do it quickly on camera. I always feel like this is about the biggest chunk of my filming when I go to do my eyebrows. I will say this, I have gotten a lot better at them. It used to be horrible. And then again, I'm going to take that micro brow pencil by NYX in Espresso, and I'm just going to fill in the front of my brows. Eyebrows, the least exciting part of makeup in my opinion. The most time consuming and the most difficult. I mean, they don't even look the same yet. They'll get there, they'll look closer. Maybe. In that mirror. I need to clean that mirror. Sorry, you're going to get me a lot of me commenting on things. The next thing I take is my Rimmel True Match Perfection Concealer in the shade 230 Fair. I'm trying to use this thing up. It does not want to die. So I've been using it to carve out my brows, and it's been working really well. So maybe I'll buy it just to use it to carve out my brows, because it lasts forever. It refuses to die. I also like it because it does have the brush tip, and it does make getting around my eyebrow quite easy. So I will say that for this. Anywhere else though, as far as concealer, it's not the greatest. This is where my eyebrows at least start to look more similar. I mean, not perfectly similar, but more. They're getting there. I'm getting better. I used to not fill in my eyebrows at all. And then it looked like I had no eyebrows because my foundation would cover them because they're so sparse. Ah yes, now I'm taking that micro brow pencil once again because I'm really working at trying to make these suckers even. Oh, eyebrows. My poor, poor eyebrows. At least by the end of this process, they do kind of look okay together. And there they are. Yep, what am I gonna do? The eyebrow struggle. I should write a book. Next, I'm just taking whatever is left on my beauty sponge and I'm using it to prime my eyelids. Sometimes I use concealer, sometimes I use an e.l.f. primer, but today what was left on my beauty sponge was going to be the best option. Next, I'm using Addictive Cosmetics Halo to set my eyes. And I'm just taking a fluffy brush and working that all over my lid as well as in my crease. Blend, blend, blend. That's all makeup is. It's blend, blend, blend. Now I'm reaching for the Maybelline's Nude Palette, and I'm going to be using a brown shade that I will show you on the screen as my transition shade on a different fluffy brush. These fluffy brushes that I'm showing you are from AOA Studio. They're the E112 brush. They're made in the USA, and you can get them on Shop Miss A. They're not that bad of a brush. They will do the trick if you can't afford a million fluffy brushes from elsewhere. Here I am thinking about what I'm going to use. The next thing I am using on my lid is Moonrise Cosmetics shade Imperial Guard. I'm using my full spectrum Urban Decay Full Spectrum palette brush, and I'm just taking that on the inner half of my eye. And don't worry, I will be blending this out right now. I'm just kind of setting the pigment, and these are very pigmented loose shadows. This is my first time kind of using them and playing around. And I will say this, I am very impressed with this red shade. I do like it a lot. There's the fluffy brush, and there I go in, kind of blending it and making it kind of move into that crease. The next shade I will be taking is going to be Flareon, and this is from her Eevee Evolution line. Again, this is Moonrise Cosmetics. I will link her shop down below, as well as the shades that I did use, along with Addictive Cosmetics. And I'm just going to take this on the outer portion of my eye. I was kind of going for a Firebird kind of makeup look today. I've been really into using a lot of reds and oranges in my makeup looks as of late. And I'm just going to take that brush again, and I'm just going to blend the shades. I am going to work a little more of that red and kind of blend those two together. That way it's not as harsh. Next, I take the shade Jolteon, again by Moonrise Cosmetics, and I'm going to work this under my lower lash line. This is a very sparkly yellow shade. It is a lot of fun, and I can imagine if you packed it on your lid what it would look like. Just working that under my lower lash line. Kind of proud of myself. The next thing I'm going to use is my Eye Envy eyeliner by Kiss. This is a gel eyeliner. I really like this one. It's very creamy. As you can tell, I use it a lot. I'm taking this just on an angled brush, and I'm going to work in small strokes and work that to the edge of my eye. I'm not doing a winged eyeliner today. I'm just kind of running it across the top, and I will also be putting it on my lower lash line. I know some of you are going to complain that I shouldn't be pulling my eye like that. It's the only way I can do my eyeliner. I'm working on other ways, but right now this is all I got. Next eye. And I really don't feel like I'm pulling it that hard. It just kind of looks that way. Just run that over there, and then I'm going to run it on my waterline. I love the way black eyeliner makes my eyes look. It's kind of a staple in all of my makeup looks. Occasionally I'll do other colors, but I really enjoy black eyeliner. Next, I'm going to take my Essence eyeshadow and I Heart Extreme, their volume mascara, and I'm just going to work this on my top lashes. Now that that's done, the next thing I'm going to use is my Ulta Beauty Amped Lashes Mascara. I really like this mascara for my bottom lashes. I only use it on my bottom lashes. I don't use it on my top. The wand works better for my lower lash line. Oh, now I have to fix some eyeliner. Next, I'm taking my IBY Beauty highlighter in the shade Bubbly. I really like this highlighter. It's nice and subtle, but it does still give you a glow. And I just took that on a Luxie brush that I usually use either for contour. Next is going to be Spoiled Lips shade Wicked. This is an Etsy brand. I will list this down below. I love this deep, deep red color. And I really think it does complete this look with all the red shades that I've used all over my face. I think it's beautiful. Sorry for all the up the nose shots. The one thing I do notice about this lipstick is it does take a little work. I will be doing a full review on all of the lipsticks I've received from Spoiled Lips. Last, I'm going to take my Master Fix Studio Setting Spray by Maybelline all over my face. Thank you so much for watching, and bye!